when one client provides half of your annual income goal.
Yeah.
Right. So to give some background, Ashley, you've just signed your biggest
Yes.
Contract, if you will,
Yep.
right? LOA to date.
Yep.
That they did it with no pushback.
Nope.
Wrote you a check.
Yep.
And that this new client is not only an ideal client, but came from an ideal referral partner.
Yep. 100%.
So, Ashley, what I want to do is and you know it, is to really help dissect what's like how you got here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So, you shared a little bit already with me privately about this client, about, you've had your first meeting now, and just you share a little bit about this, like what's going on now in business for you.
Right. So, right now, so not only do I have great clients that have kind of new clients, but I also have previous clients that through my work with Good Harvest Marketing, I'm keeping in touch with. They're coming back and saying, hey, we're ready to do this project. We're ready to move forward with this project. And it's not just one person, it's multiple clients out there that have, I don't know if it's a summer thing that everybody's like excited to get moving on doing some stuff in their house, but it's so exciting to see that all the work that I've put in for the past year basically really come to life, and all of the things that you and Grail and Good Harvest Marketing has supported me with are really working, and it's just amazing. It's really, really fantastic. And I wouldn't have thought that it would be true a year ago, thinking that this is where I would be today. Hopeful, but just, you just never really know. So just really exciting, really fantastic, ideal clients coming my way, and past clients that just want to continue to work with me is just so exciting.
That's so good. It is. And to highlight that, you also just got to take a vacation. Like, are you like, a quick little break down to one of your favorite places on earth?
Yep.
And weekends where you've actually had a weekend.
Right. I didn't do any work while I was away. I gave myself the time because I know I needed it, and rebooted. And we've been working weekends, been working crazy just to, get everybody everything they need as far as my clients, and took a full weekend off and took a vacation. So I'm feeling fantastic.
So let's talk about, so that's what's going on with you today, right?
Yep.
Let's go back. So what was business like for you before?
So I had been working for a design company for a few years. Prior to that, I was working in corporate America, and always wanted to step out on my own and get into interior design, never really thinking that I could make the step and make it work, and decided to do so. And probably a few months in, I guess we started working together really like from the very beginning. So when I set up my business, I was kind of wrapping up some old clients and had a few like smaller projects on my own. And then I also had like friends and family, and you know how it all kind of, you try to start that way. But I had set up my business account both, in social media, and really was hearing a lot from a lot of different people, past coworkers, just like what I needed to do to start my own business, thinking that everybody else had the right answer. And I was scrolling through Facebook and came through one of your ads and listened to your your monologue or whatever was going through at that moment. And was really captured by not only the fact that I knew marketing was not my strength. I can design as long as I can design, but I knew one of my weaknesses was going to be marketing. And also, coming from a corporate background, I knew how crucially important it was to step out and step out right. So I scheduled the breakthrough call and spoke with you, and was just so excited, signed up right away. I felt the connection. I loved the fact that you guys focus solely on residential interior designers, or just interior designers, whomever. Like, most of the marketing people I had been exposed to were just marketing people. So that really captured my attention, and I knew I needed to just listen and do whatever it was you guys were telling me I needed to do.
Yes, Ashley.
Yeah.
So we did. We started. You reached out and you had made this decision that you were going to do your business. Like, there was no going back. Like, you weren't going to go back to work for another designer, or go back to corporate, right? Because you were where you wanted to be, location wise, right? And in your location, were you really well known? Did you have like this huge network?
No, I am new to the area. I'm basically lived right outside of New York City in Bergen County, Jersey, and I am now upstate New York, which is where my mother grew up and my grandparents lived, and that's actually, my business was named after the street that their family home was on, and it felt right. It felt like all of the signs were aligning, and I chose to start my business here without anything, basically. Without anything, for sure. So, and that's, again, another reason why I knew I needed some professional assistance in the area that I knew I wasn't going to, be so strong in. So that's what led me to Good Harvest Marketing.
What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that you faced over the last year or so since we started working together?
Yeah. So, as far as challenges, obviously the whole COVID year, let's just forget about it at this point, but that was definitely a challenge. The fact that I was starting my business right in the midst of lockdown and trying to really get things going. I had a few projects in the process of, moving forward, but those obviously had to stop, and we had to wait until everything was back open again. So outside of that, I think the biggest struggle for me is to kind of do the things that you guys taught me to do that I wasn't super comfortable doing. So, and honestly, there wasn't, those things that I had to step out and do became very comfortable. Reaching out to people that I didn't know, making connections, and pushing my way in to make connections, because a lot of people are kind of, standoffish, especially during the COVID times. Nobody wanted to like meet anybody new or have anybody face to face. And I had a lot of Zoom calls, and I tried my best to reach out. But, you know, this client that we just talked about, I received it from one of my industry partners that I reached out to during lockdown, and through the guidance of Good Harvest Marketing, I made this great connection, and now she's feeding me projects. So it's just amazing, and just believing in the process is really crucial, and knowing that there's a purpose behind everything, every module, every little step that you take throughout the process. It's work. I think that was hard too, you know, because you had to find time to do your stuff and the work that needs to be done. And I think that's still a bit of a struggle right now, is to say, okay, I need to stop doing like my design, because that's what I love to do, and I need to focus on my business and promoting it properly.
Yeah, the balance.
Yeah.
I love that you highlight that is a challenge.
Yep.
That you have the pieces and you've taken action. And I really want to highlight the fact that you didn't just wake up so you chose a town, you chose where you wanted to live, but you didn't just wake up one day and have all of this put together. You've taken very specific steps, and it almost, so now at this point, it is almost like you woke up and you had this referral.
Yeah.
Like that happened.
Yes.
Once you took the steps to get there, right? And and that is a part of your experience now.
Oh, correct. And, you know, it will be the start of many to come, which is just amazing to think about. Again, would not think that that's, when I was doing it on my own, that's not what I was thinking about. Everybody was saying, oh, you need to get clients through Google. You need to get, you know, everybody was giving you their input. And I was like, okay, I need to stop listening to everybody else. And I need to find an expert who can really guide me in the direction that I need to be.
What do you, so at this point, right?
Yep.
So what do you feel are some of your advantages as a designer in your area?
So as far as advantages, you know, I have had a lot of experience with clients in New York City. And the one good thing with COVID is that a lot of people are flooding our area with purchasing homes, purchasing second homes. And this was a conversation I can remember us having right in the beginning of COVID about how people were selecting this area for second homes. We weren't having conversations about this being a place for people to move to for their first or their home. So now the clientele that I'm used to working with is actually coming to me, which is fantastic. So it's kind of like I got myself situated at the right time, because a lot of people that lived in the city want to continue working with people who are experienced working in the city. So, you know, so that has been fantastic. But just making the relationships and having them hire me for whatever work they're hiring me for, whether it be staging or new homes or just room design, whatever. When they see the work, it's just so exciting for that to see how they get so excited about it, you know, and for them to give me the feedback that it's something that they would have never been able to do, and how beautiful it is. It just makes me feel so excited inside to know that I bring happiness and ease and pleasure to people in their spaces, whatever it may be, or whatever the project is for. So you know, that's why I do it. This is why I do this, because I love, not only do I love design and I love creating spaces that get people excited, but I love to hear the feedback from my clients and how they're excited about it, because I get excited about it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And if you were to tell yourself in the past, if you were to give them some, like, give yourself some feedback or some guidance, or
Yep.
right, specific to having a business where you are working with clients who appreciate you, who are excited about what you're doing, who understand your professionalism
Yep.
and treat you the way that you deserve,
Yep.
even outside of the city,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to talk to yourself, what would you say? Like, what insight would you share or encouragement about where you started to where you are now?
Yeah. So I know a lot of people always say, like, oh, I would tell my, you know, younger self that you should have done this earlier, or, you know, because of course this was something I toured with for a long time. And honestly, I feel that every step I took in my professional life led me to where I am today. And I am very thankful for all of my experiences and all of the learnings. I think I would tell myself just to be positive with every experience and every work life, you know, situation I was in, and know that it's going to lead me to a place where I am super excited to be. And, you know, and also with the good comes the bad. So just take those bad learning lessons. We all know that they're there, and just push through them with professionalism and positivity and honesty. And, you know, your clients will love you for that. That's one of the things that I've really learned. And I don't think I would have learned that if, let's say, right out of college, I was like, I'm going to start my own business. You know, I had to go through all of my professional experiences to get to the confidence and comfortableness that I'm in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything you want to share to your fellow designers?
So, you know, listen, again, when you're going through, when you're scrolling through and you see all these pop-up ads and all of these things that, you know, kind of flood your social media, you know, I really felt there was just a true authenticity to Good Harvest Marketing. And I know I work with a lot of design. I'm stay in touch with a lot of designers that have worked with in the program, and we all feel the same way. It's about, you know, you think you know what you should be doing, but it's really about digging in deeper and finding the ways to get your true ideal clients, and how you can kind of push through and get great clients, again, clients that are excited to work with you and not against you. I've had plenty of those, and they're tough, and it's tough when you're in it, and it's tough even when it's over, because it's something that, you know, you kind of are scarred from. But again, they're learning lessons, so it's fantastic. But, you know, I jumped in, no questions asked, and I am where I am now because of the support of Good Harvest Marketing, and because I believed in them and I listened to them and I did the work, and now the work is working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ashley. It is a collaboration.
Yep.
And this celebration that prompted us doing this
Yep.
Came from this combination of your decisiveness, you really being coachable. So doing things that you were like, ooh,
Yeah.
well, okay, so can we talk about, and we talked about it, right? And finding something that was sincere and true to you and true to who you wanted to work with.
Yep.
And that, now you're where you are now is just the beginning.
Yep.
And over our time from where you started, where you didn't have a list, you didn't know anyone necessarily, like in the area as far as referral partners, contractors.
Or even for the ones that I knew, I didn't know how to like support that relationship after just working with them once and then here and gone. It's not like, hi, how are you? Do you have any work for me? Like, that's not, that's not what we're doing. Like, it's about learning how to keep your, fingers or whatever, toes all out there. And then they come to you when they're ready, which is amazing.
Yes, and it works.
It works. It works. And I would have never thought of it on my own. That's truly the essence of working with you guys, is that there were so many aha moments where I was like, oh, like I don't have to do that all the time, or I do have to do that, like I was like, okay, just tell me what I need to do and I'll just do it. And again, I didn't know if it was going to work, if it wasn't going to work, but I was completely on board. And I figure they're the experts. They're the ones that know. So I'm just going to do what they tell me to do. And here I am a year and a couple months later, a year and a half later, actually. And And
let's point some of those tickets. You just signed the biggest project yet you've had, where they paid you in full with a check, no questions asked, no pushback, right?
Nope.
From a referral partner and architect who is also feeding you other projects.
Yeah.
You were featured on Pottery Barn this year.
Yeah.
Which was organic because others recommended you for that.
Yeah.
Taking on new projects, new builds, exterior, different projects, and while continuing to work with the clients that you've had that you love, and doing also the projects that you want to take on, some of the staging that you're choosing to take on because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah.
Ashley, working with you is one of the greatest honors that I have.
Aww.
And you truly are one of the reasons why I get so excited and jump out of bed to help you reach your goals, the ones that you've set for a year ago, today, and tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I want to share that for those who are watching, if you are inspired to know that it's possible, to hear Ashley share some of the process, some of the details of going from following her heart and being where she wanted to be physically to the place where she is now, where she's following her heart in business and is appreciated, getting paid what she's worth, taking time off. I mean, really having the freedom to live the life that she's defined. If you want that, if you have decided that is the direction you want to go in, if you know that it's just right there, you just haven't quite figured out the path or how to do it, you want support, you want some better insight, then please go to breakthroughcall.us. This is the first step. This is how Ashley and I connected.
Yes.
And
there is.
So there's time available. Open up my calendar, breakthroughcall.us. Find a day, find a time, share the details, the questions that are asked, so that when you and I connect, that get a very clear picture and really can pinpoint how to make this happen for you as well. Ashley, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything. Thank you. I enjoy all of our times together, so I appreciate everything you've done for me, you, Grail, and the whole Good Harvest marketing team. So thank you.
Well, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I know that we will talk very soon.
You will. You too.
Thank you again. Bye.
Bye.